Go. All right, so go ahead, Judge. You got your line first.
Mr. Hayes, why are you asking Mr. Kratz for $5,463?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you because the judge will have seen this, but this is the information right here. Michael Krantz contracted myself and others to work with Stierenstein at the Iowa State Fair. An Iowa Department of Labor investigator encouraged me to take legal action against Krantz on the grounds of breach of contract and detrimental reliance, because Krantz wrongfully charged staff and did not pay salaries in a timely manner. I asked the court to cover losses due to delayed payment, breach of contract, and detrimental reliance on the contracted hours. Thank you for your consideration. So, here's the Word document. Is my Word document not open? Okay, once again, I'll have all this stuff printed out. I don't know why. This didn't open. I see why it didn't open, because it's not. Okay, well, shoot. We'll open it within Dropbox. Okay, this is not going to happen in court because I won't be presenting this. Okay, so $5,462.67. How do I break that out? So I was contracted for 78 hours. You can see here. I was contracted for 8 hours, 10 7-hour shifts and 1 8-hour shift. So 78 hours. And here I am confirming. And I was recruited. I did not apply for this position. Here you can see here, I'm asking about this. I'm asking about Sophie. Are you planning on coming? And so I just said, hey, what's the food? How do you have to be for the food wrap roll? And the HR lady says, hey, are you coming back? And I say, yes, if you'll have me. I submit an application, told home base that I'm available every glorious day of the fair, neighborhood goals 14, how should I have to apply? And she says, oh, wonderful. You don't have to apply, you're already on. So I did not apply for this, I was recruited, right? So when I say I was contracted for 78 hours, but I was only permitted to work 42 hours. So I missed out on whatever, 78 minus 42, that'd be 36 hours of work. Also, he tried not to pay for my tips. So when Krantz first paid me, he tried to pay me just for the hourly rate. And then he only paid me for this in February after the Department of Labor said, hey, you got to pay him or we'll sue you. The Department of Labor will take the money from you. So, and I should also mention that check, that the $608, I went to deposit it. And here we are, I deposited Green State, so we returned. And for some reason, it was told that it was fictitious. I don't know. You be the judge. Tell me if that looks fictitious. I took it to my bank, and they said, "Hey, this is just a regular check. I didn't alter it at all." So that is why I'm asking for $1,346 for the second half of the fair. I'm also asking for court costs and the certified letter service because I tried to serve him. And it didn't go through. So he didn't collect the certified letter. Now, now, the reason I'm asking for $3,001, that would be considered future earnings. I'm concerned that Michael is going to research my name with other vendors. And why am I worried about that? So, when I was on the second Sunday of the fair, after I was no longer allowed to work, he called me, and I filed a police report. Now, why did I file a police report? I'm glad you asked. There we go. So, here's the information on why I replied. So, I received 2 calling calls from number 515-202-0571. That's Michael Krantz's number. First occurred on Sunday at 408. I was across the street helping my neighbor move. Well, I wasn't helping her, but I was watching her move. And so I didn't answer because I didn't recognize the number. The next time it called, I was in my home office working on course Stillbright for the upcoming fall semester. And I accepted the call and I said, "Hi, this is Eric." The caller identified themselves as Michael Krantz. I recognized the call. The caller asked how I was doing. I responded, "I am good." I should have said, "Hey, I've been better." I anticipate that Mike may call to discuss what had happened earlier in the week at 27 Degrees or a procedure for how I was going to handle check distribution. Mike said, "If you ever contact any of my employees, I will sue you." I said, "Okay." Mike said, "Bad things will happen to you if you contact any of my employees." And I said, "Okay." He said that I could be banned for life from the Iowa State Fair, and he just connected the call shortly after. I have done nothing wrong. I perceived Mike's tone to be intentionally threatening. I felt threatened and harassed by this phone call. I was somewhat freaking out when I received a call from another unknown number an hour later, but it just turned out to be a church trying to get me to donate blood. So, I don't believe that Mike will contact me further, though if I had an incident report with Estimate PD in the event that it is more on-one communication. The communication I will accept from Michael Krantz or Representative 27 Degrees is an explanation of what happened on Wednesday, August 14th, around 8 p.m. while I was working 27 Degrees, the same with Michael Owens. I no longer accept calls. So, I'm concerned both that he threatened me. What does he mean that bad things are going to happen? Does that mean that somebody's going to be sitting outside my house with a lead pipe? Does that mean he's going to call other vendors, tell them not to hire me? I don't know. Is he going to call my regular day job and make accusations? I don't know. But that's why I'm going for $3,001. And the last thing, the reason I'm asking for $1,000 is detrimental reliance. When a staff member is contracted for money, contracted to do something, they rely on that money. Now, when they don't get it, then there's a reliance on that money. And I was contracted for a larger amount than I received, so I was relying on that money for expenses. So that's why I'm asking for $1,000 in detrimental reliance. And when I say that I am concerned that Michael may cause trouble for me, you can see these news reports. Now's where you get to read your line.
Objection. Calls for hearsay.
Okay, so this is a pause here. It's kind of hearsay to use news articles, even though they're in the news, but it's kind of also allowed. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to present all these news articles. Hey, Michael Krantz caused a lot of trouble. He lost his contract on his own. It's had nothing to do with me. The board discussed. It took away his $1 million contract. He's kind of upset with me because he had a $1 million contract that I would say fair. He lost it in no small part due to things I did, but I was really just calling him out for being not just shady, but he's being a crook, not paying for people. So that is why I'm asking the court for $5,462.67. What questions do you have? And that's, you can